Okay, so we are on now. Wonderful. So, as I was just talking about just today, as I was going through some of the old registers and trying to sort them out, what came across to me each time I would open a register, stories. Everywhere that we see stories. And yet, we don't even recognize the stories. Oh no, this is my life. I have a child, I have a daughter, I have a job, I have a husband who's this. I have a mother in law who's that. And all of this is my life. And we don't recognize that each of these things, every part of this is just one separate story by itself. Your relationship with anyone and everyone and with yourself, simply a story. Everywhere that you are getting emotions in every role, every actor, it's just simply a story. And in a day, now you think about it, in a day, we have 20 stories playing out, 20 stories. And I've done a full webinar on this before, saying sign out from the stories, sign out from the stories. And we become a little bit more aware, a little bit more aware. The more we are looking within, we begin to recognize the stories a little bit more. The stories are always going to play out because everything on planet Earth happens through stories. In our lives, when we become aware, when we become aware of the stories, then and only then can we choose to play in some stories and to keep away the books of some other stories. So every story is going to create an emotion in you. Today, somebody came in the morning and they were like, okay, I need to talk to you. And I said, no, I don't talk to people one on one. You want to talk to me? Okay, go in the room, sit, talk to my energies, and the answers will come because everything is a story. No, no, this is not a story. This is about my son. I said, I'm not interested. It's still a story. Your son is creating troubles for you. He says, no, no, not at all. My son is not creating a trouble for me. I said, no, the very fact that you want to come and discuss the son, that, okay, my son needs to go in that direction. He needs to do this. She needs to do that. The minute there are so many emotions getting created that you want to have a discussion with me, it just means that the sun is creating trouble for you. Why? To call myself aware. If I can't look at the story and I can't figure out which story I'm going to pay attention to today. I pay attention to stories of my liking only because I am in the aware game. If I wasn't in the aware game, I was as usual with everybody, running every story as usual. And now, from those 50 stories, I'm able to say, okay, that's a story. Let it run its course. I'm not going to put my attention over there. It doesn't need my attention. Let it run its course. This is the story about a disease. Okay, let it run its course. What should I do with this? How can I get rid of this? How can I make this go away? I am not going to pay attention to it. I'm simply going to allow it to happen. I'm also not going to run away from it. My not paying attention to it is different from running away. When I don't pay attention to something, I'm fully aware that a story is happening and there is some energy of mine which I need to look into. I recognize that energy. Okay, this energy is of disappointment. And this story is playing out from disappointment. And then I say, okay, I'm not going to look at disappointment. I'm going to look elsewhere. So that is how I say, I'm not going to look at disappointment. I'm going to go into the gratitude frequency with some other topic. I'm going to put my attention somewhere. Why? Whatever I do, wherever I put my attention to, that manifests more and more. I have understood that there will always be 20 stories running, 10 will not be to my liking. So what? I have more stories that are to my liking. I will simply keep putting my focus over there. Earlier, when Meenal didn't understand how to process the stories, then 20 things are going okay. And that one thing that is not going okay, I will keep thinking about it and keep thinking about it. I will put all my focus on that one thing that is right now not working out. Is that necessary? No, it's not. But that's normally where the focus goes when we are unaware. But then when we become aware, we can see the process. We can see where the focus is going. And now, as the focus goes, I can gently just bring it right back and say, okay, we looked at it. We understood what frequency this is. And now we are going to choose to look at some other frequency. My favorite frequency is gratitude frequency. I tune a lot into the gratitude frequency because that I find is the best way to change everything, to change your outlook towards that problem, to change the issue, and then the issue goes away on its own because now you no longer think that it's a story of a whatever other issue it was. It's an issue at all. It's a problem at all. I just simply stop to look at it as an issue. I change the story. And so I constantly ask you as well, change the story, change the story, come to gratitude with it. But if you can't come to gratitude with it, go elsewhere. Pay attention to another story. There are so many stories happening in your life where you can be in gratitude. What story made me cry today? What story made me cry today? It was a story of old hurt, old wounds, old ways, old patterns. Are you going to take these into the future? Are you going to take these into the future? और उस वक्त पे मेरा जवाब था yes, because I don't know what else to do to release them. And then what did I do? I actually just sat down and over here, I wrote Om Mani, Om Mani, Om Mani, because I don't know what else to do. So I know that I only have to chant Om Mani. That is where all my guidances come from. That is where all my answers come from. So I must have chanted Om Mani, Om Mani. And as I was chanting, I also wrote a few of them. So Mani then asked me after some time, he said, oneness. Where is your oneness today? Where is it today? And I said, it is replaced by hurt. It is replaced by hurt. So when I sit in this separation, then I'm going to feel the hurt. And at that time, I can either be in oneness or I can be in two-ness. So in this moment, when I was sitting with tears of sadness, then where am I? I'm not sitting in oneness, because when I sit in oneness, the tears are only of gratitude. And so if something is making me cry, then of course I have to look within to see this is separation. And so Mani asked me, where is your oneness today? And I said, oh, it has been replaced by hurt. And so then he gave me the answer, and it was just simply whoever was giving me trouble that day. And I said, I am happy to release, and look at the words here, they are so beautiful. I am happy to release your body to the ashes. I am happy to release your body to the ashes. The next line, I'm happy to release my body to the ashes. Till the time we are stuck to the body, till the time we are looking at this 1% body, what will happen? Constantly, it will be love that is conditional. Love that is conditional. But as soon as you are able to let go of the body, and then you are able to see the other as energy. And then when you let go of your body, you are able to see yourself as energy. When energy is with energy, what is the play that is going to happen then? Only unconditional love, because the attachments, the expectations are only from the body. And so the answer came in just this one line. I am happy to release your body to the ashes. Many of you will remember, it was a long time ago that I gave that tool of killing expectations. And that is to say, kill everybody that you think you love. Because if you think you love them and there are tears of sadness, if you think you love them and you're going to cry at their deaths, then right now you don't even love them. You are simply holding yourself to attachments. And attachments have a beautiful link to attachments, expectations, and hurt. And hurt will make you cry. So here you are. If you are ready to experience joy, more joy, then all that you have to do is to understand that this body is simply being given to the ashes right now. So I am happy to release my body to the ashes because, again, so much of attachment and expectation I have from myself, from what my life needs to look like, from how my life should shape up to be. And when that doesn't happen again and again, what do we sit with? We sit with so much sadness. That sadness coming from hurt, that hurt coming from expectations, that expectation coming from attachment to our own body as well. So here we go. I am happy to release my body to the ashes. I am energy. You are energy. I am energy. You are energy. This answer I must have probably got 100th time since then. And each time I understand, I sit with a journal each time to ask, okay, this story, what do I need to do now? The answers don't change. Many of you come to me each time saying, okay, I worked on this person for 400 days and this person is still giving me a problem. Now, what do I need to do? Oh, well, the person is only there still in that same role to show you that still the work remains. The work remains on you. If you give away this actor, that's perfectly fine. There are many ways to give away a physical actor. And then when you give away a physical actor, have you changed your energy? No, you haven't. And so if you haven't changed your energy, what will happen? Just simply somebody else will pick up that same role. Somebody else will just bring those same emotions to you. Okay, so that was my story of a long time ago. And when I must have been sitting in some hurt, some attachment, some sadness, some tears filled with sadness. Why did this even come up? Because today I didn't have anything to talk about, but always some topic will come up. Every day, stories are getting created for me. All right, my new scarf is running off. Okay, so the stories are getting created for me. But as I was just picking up two registers, and in both of them, the word story was very prominent. And so I said, okay, I've talked about this before, but then I've always talked about everything before. So apparently it's come for a deeper layer of unraveling of stories, of looking into stories and signing out from them. Again, it's a guidance. I must have again sat and taken this guidance at another time, but this one can almost be converted to a tool. And so I'm going to try, and then you people can simply look at everything that's happening in your life right now. So many times as the stories play out, we can see it at a very superficial level, but we don't really still make the effort to get into them, to release them. So hopefully we'll be able to look at those stories in a little bit more detail today, and then to be able to release some of them. Why do I say some of them? Everything is simply a layer. So some will get released, and then there will be another webinar two years later, and then you'll release some more. The story continues. We are just simply today not saying that there won't be stories after this, but the stories of choice can be picked up by us. And the stories that we wish to let go today can at least be observed, because the first step of letting go is not to run away from it. So today, the tool that we are going to observe the stories around us. So I'm going to start now. So I'll give you some of the stories which exist in all our lives. And then you will take down that topic. And then as you take down that topic, whatever thoughts come to you about your own story, let us say the first topic is body. Okay. And then I will say the word body. And then whatever thoughts come to you about your body, you will simply write them down. Okay. So body. Okay. So my neck hurts a lot. I think I have a problem with my pain in the knee, or, my body is fat. It's going to give me problem with the body. Any associated stories that you have in your mind, we are simply going to do this tool to identify. Okay. So I hope all of you by now Have a notebook, pen, pencil, all of that stuff in your hand. All right. So now we move to starting out body, sharir. Age. Umr. So anything with age, age. The third one is illness, bimari. So illness too. So all of these are stories, and I'm just simply teaching you how to recognize the stories, how to recognize that all of this, what we think, no, I have this illness, I must go to the doctor, I must treat it in this way, I must do this, I must do that. This is a story. This is a story in and around you. So simply write 2 lines for that story that you have about illness. Food, khana. This food is not religious on Tuesday. That food is good on me. That food doesn't suit me. All of these stories. Water. How many glasses is it healthy to drink? How many glasses is not a good thing to drink? This is too less. This is too much. Stories, just simply whatever thoughts you have about this topic of water. Needs. All of this is necessary for me in my life. Yes. So whatever it is that you are looking from the perspective of necessity, your need, without which sustenance is not possible. I know that there must be many which qualify under that need. But whatever comes first to mind, that need, that necessity is what we are talking about. Family, grihasthi. Regarding family, whatever makes a complete family, what in your family gives you, and some of these will be repeats, but some of them will come at a different word. What? Okay, bonds, relationships, your relationships, your bonds, your relationships with people around you. If the only thing that comes is, okay, your bond with yourself, then whatever comes, you just simply write in a free flow. Responsibilities, responsibilities. All the responsibilities and the burdens that you carry on your shoulder. You are the only bread giver, or you're the only bread maker, or you're the only bread eater. Whatever it is that comes in terms of responsibilities, put that down. Job, your work, goals. This should happen, that should happen in 2 years. I should be in this position. In 2 years, this should happen to me, whether it is work related or home related. If you have goals in your mind about anything, any of those goals, please write them. So, achievements, achievements. Whatever have been your achievements, whatever achievements you've created for yourself in the past, whatever achievements you are sitting in with today, and what are the, what are the achievements that you still wish to get, that will probably be a part of goals. But all the achievements that you are sitting with, whether they are enough, not enough, what do they create with you? If the achievements simply bring in your mind a comparison that, oh, my achievements are nothing as compared to somebody else's, then write this down. This is your story. These are stories. All of them are stories. Each line of yours is a story that you are still involved in. Failures. Everything about failures, wherever you've considered yourself as a failure, if that story still comes to you, please write it down. That story where you think you could have, should have, would have, must have, whatever, done something differently, and you didn't. And all of those, all of those baggages that you're still carrying with respect to your failures, please write them down. Okay, now we move outward a little. Society. There's such a limited society we live in. This is such a closed society we live in. People say this and people do this and people think that. And this is how the society doesn't let me live my life. If you have such stories, please write them down. Any stories, all your thoughts are all pointing towards stories. So name and fame, you'll pick them together. Name and fame. What is the name and fame that you hold on to? And then how is it that your name is taken? What do you think how your name is taken? When your friends think of you, when people who love you think of you, what do you think they think? Because this is all about you. And what do you think that people, the ones who don't like you, how do they define you? Because that too is your story. You've created a story in your mind that, oh, this is how those people will think like that about me because, and some story after that. But still, it's just a story. Name and fame. Name and fame is what we were on last. And then, of course, the cutest one out of them all, money. So all of the emotions that you might have when you think about money. And money has all of these aspects: giving, receiving, taking, stealing, all of those things, right? So there are too many aspects. Whatever comes to mind today, whatever will come, probably the one that has been in your conscious awareness for the last couple of days, if there's been a problem with money, if there's been too much money, if there's been a shortage of money, whatever it is that you can think of money right now, in the now, whatever your thoughts are. Dharma, religion. What all emotions come up as you think of religion? Your religion, what emotions? Some other religion, what emotions? And a religion that you love and a religion that doesn't quite appeal to you. Whatever you think about religion is also a story that you have created for yourself. This is a good religion, this is a bad religion, this is the worst religion on planet Earth. Whatever it is that you think about anything related to religion, it's a story that you are living by. It's your story. So right now, we simply write down that story as well. Rules. What do you think about rules? Rules are so necessary. If I didn't have rules for my children would never sleep. They would only watch television. They would never study, blah, blah, blah. They would be a failure. They would do this, they would do that. Stories. These are your stories. Let's take a look at them today. The word is rules. What comes to you? Should rules be there? Should rules not be there? Should rules just be let go? Do your children follow rules? What do you feel when your children don't follow rules? Just write it down. Just write it down. Okay, and then right and wrong. Everything that you consider right and everything that you consider wrong. All your thoughts about what makes right and wrong in your life. What do you think about yourself as? Are you mostly right? Are you mostly wrong? What do you feel about others doing right things and wrong things? What emotions? Well, don't write the emotions right now because that's the next part. But what thoughts do you have when you see people doing wrong things and going the wrong way? What emotions? Why do I keep saying emotions? What thoughts about those people? So I hope all of you are done for now. We'll pause. I'll read out some of the rest of the guidance, and then we'll come back to part B of this exercise. Hope you're all done. You saw so many different stories about yourself, so many stories that you might have written for yourself. And now Mani says all stories have just one purpose. And that one purpose is to create emotions in you. To create emotions in you. Emotion is the basic ingredient and the end outcome, both. So what is it that is getting created? How beautifully Mani says to us, if our basic ingredient is sadness, The story outside will hold that sadness. That basic ingredient will be part of that story. But what will you experience? You will experience even deeper, even more sadness, because the basic ingredient and the end outcome are the same frequency. We just simply deepen the experience a little bit more, collect a little bit more of the same frequency. What you put in will be the end product. So, as you weave your story now, what are you putting into it? And money gives me a few choices: worry or fun, lack or fun, doubt or fun, mistrust, mistrust or faith, worry or faith, doubt or faith, lack or faith. And so go back to each of those stories and now take a look at what emotion you would have written something from. Every story will have the emotion attached to it. If the emotion is of joy, fabulous. If the emotion is of fun, masti, oh, couldn't be more beautiful. If the emotion is of sadness, okay, wonderful. Today, you have found a story. All these stories have so many different meanings to us, and we carry these thoughts in our subconscious. This is what comes up when we think about these topics. And so today is the day we take a look at all of the stuff, all of the gunk that we are still carrying, all of these emotions of worry and fear and sadness and anger and frustration that we are still carrying. Today is the day that we take a little bit deeper look at the stories, because the stories are outside, but the energy, that key ingredient, belongs to you. And this is the key ingredient that is so far still not been looked at. If your story talks to you about worry, then you still haven't looked at that part of the story. You're still holding on to worry. And today is the day that we can observe it a little bit more. Will we ever be done with all the stories? No. That's what fun life is, that the stories will keep getting created. But as they get created, now you will see you don't have to sit in it for 5 years. You don't have to sit in it for 5 months. You don't have to sit in it for 5 days. You can simply look at it, become aware of it. Oh, this is a story. If I can make this story, I can also make another. I can also cook another dish. The game only of awareness, the game always of awareness. So today, what have we done through this tool? We have simply put our awareness to all the stories, the ingredients that we are carrying, so that now we can release those ingredients. This is like fun stuff that is coming. Okay. So now close your eyes, take a deep breath in and release. And as you take the next deep breath in, I take energy from Meenal. I am Meenal. नई सांस के साथ मैं मीनल से ऊर्जा लेता हूँ, लेती हूँ. मैं मीनल हूँ, मैं मीनल हूँ, मैं मीनल. और एक लंबी सांस अंदर और बाहर. ओके. और अब खुद को इमेजिन करते हुए 4 साल. Imagine yourself as the 4-year-old. And now you are standing in Mani's kitchen. You are standing in Mani's kitchen. this 4-year-old is standing in Mani's kitchen. आप 4 साल के हैं और आप कहाँ खड़े हैं? आप मणि की रसोई में खड़े हैं, उनके किचन में खड़े हैं और मणि आपके सामने है और मणि कहते हैं चलो आज तुम मेरे लिए कुछ पकाओ, आज तुम मेरे लिए कुछ पकाओ, चलो तुम मेन शेफ और मैं तुम्हारा शागिर्द। आज मणि आपको ये कहते हैं। Mani puts this little cap, the chef's cap, on your little head and says to you, today you cook something for me. You are the main chef and I the sous chef. So Mani is going to help you, assist you, but you are the one that's going to cook. The one that's going to cook a nice little story. So there you go. तो अब एक बड़ी सारी कढ़ाई आपने उठाई, आपसे तो क्या ही उठाई गई, आपने मणि को इशारा किया और उन्होंने वो बड़ी सारी कढ़ाई उठा के और आपके सामने रख दी और अब जला दिया उसका चूल्हा. So Mani picks up this big pot, this big vessel, because you are telling him this is the one that I want. Okay, pick it up and put it on the gas for me. So Mani picks up that big vessel for you, this big pot, and now it's on the gas. And now the first ingredient. And as you look into the kitchen, you find this big, huge bag of happiness, huge bag of happiness. And you like the color. It's a beautiful orange color. This happiness is a beautiful orange color. You're going to like this as the main ingredient. So you make one eye at Mani. Mani picks up the bag and puts a lot of it into that pot. So आपने जाके और पहला अपना जो पदार्थ, अपनी सामग्री जो उठाई, वो कौन सी सामग्री, कौन सा इंग्रेडिएंट, गए आप और आपने देखा एक बहुत बड़े पोटले में पड़ा है, उस पे लिखा हुआ है हैप्पीनेस, खुशी, और कितना ही प्यारा रंग, एक ऑरेंज कलर का कुछ तो उसके अंदर है. तो आपने वो उठवाया मणि से बैग खुशी का और ले आए आप गैस के ऊपर और अब आपने डाल दिया एक पूरा की पूरा किलो भर के वो खुशी का पिटारा आपने अपनी कहानी में. यहाँ पे क्या पक रहा है आज पक रही है आपकी कहानी. तो इसलिए आपने डाले उसके अंदर पहले तो 1 किलो खुशी. 1 किलो खुशी के अंदर अब थोड़े मसाले और डाले जाएं. तो मसाले में क्या डालना चाहिए? मसालेदान खोल के और आपने देखा थोड़ी सी मस्ती है, ये मस्ती डाल देते हैं, मस्ती को डालते. Now you open that box filled with spices and now you are ready to put some spices in it. And you find masti, the bliss, the fun, that's what you find. So masti goes into it, into your happiness, the happiness that's already cooking. And now you go again to the spice box. What else can we put in over there? And you see there is this one little packet over there in the corner, and that says music. It says music. Okay then, let's put some music into the dish. आपने जाके उस मसालेदान में देखा एक छोटा सा पैकेट, उस पे लिखा है संगीत. चलिए फिर ये थोड़ा सा संगीत भी डाल देते हैं. Mani is looking at you and he's very impressed. What an amazing dish you are making. And then the next one, you like this beautiful color and it's all red. It's an amazing red. You love the color. And then it says over there, anger. And then you say, yeah, I'm going to put about half a kilo of this into my dish. And so you tell Mani, half a kilo of this. And Mani says, maybe you want to reconsider this. And then you look at him and he says, tiny bit, tiny. It's a good flavoring to add, but just a little bit. And so you take 1 spoon of anger and you put in that too. आप मणि की तरफ देख रहे और आपको एक ये बहुत ही प्यारा सा लाल रंग का मसाला नजर आया। लाल रंग का कितना ही खूबसूरत लाल रंग। और आपने मणि को देख के बोला इसका तो आधा किलो डालना चाहता हूं। और मणि ने आपकी तरफ बोला कि नहीं नहीं, शायद इसको थोड़ा सा ही, 1 चम्मच काफी है। क्योंकि उस मसाले का नाम क्या है? उस मसाले का नाम है गुस्सा। तो मणि ने बोला नहीं, इसका बस 1 चम्मच ही डाल दे तो शायद ठीक रहेगा। सो यू ऑल्सो लुक एट मणि एंड नॉड योर हेड, बिकॉज आफ्टर ऑल यू आर द शेफ। तो आप बात मान लेते हो अपने सू शेफ की और उनके हिसाब से आप 1 चम्मच गुस्सा डाल देते हो उसमें। अगला क्या डाला जाए? एक बहुत ही प्यारा चमकता सा मसाला है और उस पे लिखा है नाच। नाच। अब ये तो डलना ही चाहिए। इससे तो कितने ही रंग आ रहे हैं उसके अंदर। कितना ही प्यारा गोल्डन सा कलर है उस मसाले का, तो बहुत ही खूबसूरत। तो आप मणि की तरफ देखते हो, मणि कहते हैं 1 किलो। 1 किलो। तो आप बोलते हो उनको उठाएं और ये डालते हैं हम 1 किलो नाच। तो अब now looking at the dish that we are making, you look at this beautiful spice that sits over there, and it's golden in color, and it says dance. And now you're thinking this would make the dish look so pretty. It would be so beautiful to have this golden in your dish. And so you say to Mani, 1 kilo, and Mani says yes. And so easily you just point to Mani and say, okay, 1 kilo of this in my dish I want. And now you look at this dish. It's got a kilo of happiness, a kilo of dance. It's got music in it. It's also got some anger. You are going to play around with the spices just a little bit more and put whatever you feel like putting. But here is your new story. It's your new dish that's getting ready. देख रहे हैं आप अपनी डिश को बनते हुए। अब उसमें 1 किलो तो खुशी है, 1 किलो तो नाच है, कुछ गान है, कुछ गुस्सा भी है, कुछ मस्ती है। डिश बहुत ही खूबसूरत लग रही है। अब आप अपनी मर्जी से उसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ थोड़ा बहुत और डालेंगे, लेकिन यहाँ पर आपकी नई डिश तैयार हो रही है। ये आपके लिए है, ये कहानी आपकी है, ये व्यंजन, ये डिश आपकी है। और उसको लेकर अब देखते हैं आप मणि को, ये पक गई क्या? मणि बोले हाँ पक गई। खाने को तैयार तुम? और तुम बोले हाँ तैयार। और बहुत ही खुशी और बहुत ही नाचते हुए कि अरे आज तो मणि के किचन से क्या ही मस्त खाना खाने को मिलेगा। और अब आप जाके बैठ जाते हैं दोनों की दोनों टेबल के ऊपर अपनी इस नई डिश के साथ। The dish is cooked now, you ask Mani, and he says, yeah, looks like ready to eat. And you are so excited at this new dish that you've just prepared. It's filled with joy, it's filled with masti. This is your new dish, you've prepared it. You are the one that's going to enjoy it, every bite of it. This is your dish prepared by you. And so both you and Mani come to the table. You're sitting there, and he brings this beautiful dish to you, all decorated, all glittery from the dance that is in it. And you are ready to eat it. And Mani says, no, we can't be sitting at the table and eating it. We have to be eating it with masti and dance. This has to be eaten with masti and dance. And so the two of you get up and you put on the music, and then you are ready to dance. And so you see yourself and you're having so much fun as you are dancing and you're eating and you're enjoying and you're dancing and you are taking all of this dish in. This dish is being eaten by you. It is going into you, not to your stomach, but to your heart. This is a dish for the heart. And so your heart is filled up now with masti and joy, unlimited dance, unlimited joy. And that's the dish that you prepared for the heart today. Eat it to your fill. This is your dish. So अब आप जाके जब टेबल पर बैठे तो मणि ने बोला नहीं ऐसे नहीं, इस डिश को तो नाच के खाया जाएगा, इसको तो झूमते हुए मस्ती में, ये तो ऐसे खाने के लिए है। तो आप उठ के खड़े हो गए और देखो ना, आप और मणि दोनों की दोनों झूम झूम कर कितनी ही मस्ती में नाचते और गाते ये नया डिश, ये नया खाना, ये नया पकवान जो कि आपने बनाया, उसको खा रहे हैं कितनी ही मस्ती में। और आप उसको खा रहे हैं और क्या भर रहा है, ये खाना पेट के लिए नहीं था, ये तो खाना है आपके दिल के लिए। ये इसको खाने से आपका दिल भर रहा है। तो अपने दिल में आज आप क्या क्या भरे हैं, मस्ती और नाच और गाना, और इससे एकदम पूर्ण रूप से संतुष्ट होते हुए, मस्ती करते हुए। और कितना ही मजा आया आपको नाचने में, और आप नाच नाच के थक गए, और अब आपको मणि ने ऐसे यूं गोद में उठाया और आपको अपनी गोद पे, यहाँ पे कांधे पे यूं सुला लिया, और आपके मुंह पर एक इतनी ही मीठी मुस्कान। मजा आ गया आज आपको ये नई डिश तैयार करने में। And now, as you get tired of dancing and still so happy, so much filled with masti, and then Mani picks you up and you are just ready to sleep. And in a minute, in a few moments, you just put your head on Mani's shoulder, and now, fast asleep, you are. So contented with the new dish that you prepared, that you ate, that you danced to, and now happy and contented you are. That is your new energy, your energy of joy and contentment. So beautiful, this energy of yours. कितनी ही प्यारी मेडिटेशन, और आप मस्ती में सोते हुए, और कितना ही प्यार मणि से आपको मिलते हुए। और ये डिश जो कि आज आपने खाई, बस मस्ती से भरी हुई, नाच से भरी हुई, संगीत से भरी हुई, इसी डिश को खाते रहिए और मस्ती में रहिए। Lots and lots of love to all of you. Enjoy your time. ये जो नई डिश आपने आज बनाई, समझिए कि वो जो पुराने आपने कितने ही अपने इमोशंस देखे, भावों को निकाला, उनको निकाल दिया। जब आपने उनको देख लिया तो वो निकल ही गए, आपने अभी तक उनको देखा ही नहीं था, पर अब आपने देखा कि अरे ये भी रख रखा है, अरे ये भी रख रखा है। आज आपने नया डिश बना के और बाकी उन सबको तो जाने दिया, ये तो रही आपकी नई डिश। एंजॉय, लॉट्स एंड लॉट्स ऑफ लव टू ऑल ऑफ यू। Bye everybody. See you guys soon. See you everyone.
Thank you, Neena. Love you.
Lots of
Love you, love
love.
you, love
Bye.
you.